Hey guys, RC with Digital Tech Reviews. Now if you caught my last video of the Digimon D-Power Digivice version 3, you know I said that I would probably start a series of reviews or retrospectives on the Digimon line. So here's part 2 of that. I thought I would go ahead and jump into the review of the American release, unfortunately the only release of the D-Power Digivice in America. A little worn out here. Yeah, this thing has had some use. I mean, what can I say about this? I don't have the instruction manual anymore. Unfortunately, that also means that I can't use the internet connection feature. If I don't even think that, as a matter of fact, I know for a fact the servers aren't up anymore, but that is an interesting little feature I can go into right off the bat. The best thing about these were a little connection cable between here and a serial port on your computer that you could save and upload your data. Now, nowadays it seems, oh, that's kind of trivial. Why would you need a computer? Why isn't it just got internal backup here? Maybe like the original Mega Man PET, where it has the AAA batteries as your main, and maybe a small button size, probably the proprietary CR2032 battery as a backup. Well, I guess they were going for the whole let's connect to the internet. Now, obviously, it had more functions besides that. You could go so far in the game and upload your Digimon as a save state and play the online game. You could verse people. It was extremely buggy, it was extremely laggy, and I only met like 4 people the entire time I had the game up and running that were actually on there. But, like I said, you could upload to your computer, you could save it. If this ever broke and you had to buy another one, you could do the same thing, you could transfer to that. So it was kind of interesting on there. This is also, as far as I know, the only American Digivice ever released in the US with a button for the screen. Now, obviously, I just put batteries back into this, so this is a startup screen. We'll go ahead and jump into that. Startup screen, very common in almost all the Digivices I've ever messed with, except for the Japanese releases. Usually, it just shows the Bandai, and then you select your Digimon, or in the case of the, well, I'll review those when I get to them. Okay, this is where you select your Digimon. If you've watched my prior video of the Digimon Digivice version 3, D-Power version 3, the sprites are exactly the same. Let's go through Guilmon, Renamon, and Terriermon. And that's it. As far as I know on this, you can only get those 3. So yeah, when I mentioned the upgrade on my other video that you could get Impmon and Monodramon, I was not joking. That is an upgrade. Now, I know this color scheme is Takata red for Guilmon, but you know what? We're going to do Terriermon. I always like Terriermon. Maps on here are pretty good compared to the earlier standard maps. Not as good as the D-Power Digivice version 3 that I did a review on last. Wow, that is an entire mouthful. Anyway, select that, shows you the distance, and you're off. It's got the pedometer, so you get the walking, and it's got a little animation for his ears flowing behind him because he has those giant floppy ears. As I mentioned before too in that other video, it has this weird connector that doesn't connect to any other Digivice. If you do not know anybody with another D-Power Digivice, then you have nobody to battle with. I do like the cloth part, but they changed the clip. It made this weird. I mean, this thing is, don't get me wrong, it's extremely durable, but yeah, you can't use that for your belt loops. If you do that, it's going to be a it was just odd. I still prefer the old clicker from the Japanese version. Same button layout. Now, let's see. There it is. This is what I did last time. And if you notice, it is a lot bigger and, probably because of the batteries, a lot heavier than this version. Just about as thick now, except for the fact that the version 3 is pretty much flat on the back, and the version, well, the American version, the only version released in the United States, has this lump here for the 2 AAA batteries it takes. The menu system real quick, you got status, map, game. Does have 2 different types of games, I believe, and I'll look at those real quick. Medical change, where if you have more than 1 Digimon available, you could select it out, and that'll be the shown walking. And US battle. Internet is the interesting feature about this, and that's pretty much it. Of course, you go to status, same thing. It shows you level, power, life. Now, here's the weird part. You have power, speed, sniper. Okay, the type is power. Now the odd part about these were the way you swipe the card. You swipe the card with speed. In other words, if it was kind of slow, it was supposed to be, I think, power, and I think if it was medium, it was snipe, and then if it was fast, it was speed. Now, if you continuously use the same type of same speed, like if this guy's power now, Terrimon's power, but if I used speed too much, he would switch over to speed type. And it's very confusing because it was so hard to get the right kind of speed through this. It was near impossible, and most of the time all of my guys wound up being all power or all speed. So you're supposed to get some kind of boost if you're a speed type and you would go against a power type because you're faster, or if you're a snipe type going against a speed type, you know, it was supposed to give you some kind of boost, but I could never get it to work because they always wound up being the same kind. Let's see here, map. Well, I just showed you that. Game, you have Digicatch and Digihunter. Now, Digicatch was a little odd because you had this little crane that went back and forth. And obviously, as you just saw, it goes down, you try to collect pieces. Now, the thing about it was, you had to be really good because it had to get it just in time where it would just kind of pass through it like that. I mean, you could pull it back up from the way it was, but really hard. Digihunter was a little bit easier, where you had to line up the arrows here and blast the black one, but not the white one. Or was it the white one, but not the black one? Yeah, see? Once you got so many points, you could use it to, wow, I really don't remember. I'll have to go into that. Medical, you know, obviously if you lose a battle and you have the little band-aid up there, you have to do medical. Change, like, I think I've already said about that. You change the lead Digimon. So whichever one's showing the animation of walking is changed. US Battle, again, only works on other D-Power Digivices, the same model. These won't battle anything else. Kind of a letdown. And Internet, where you can connect this. It's kind of confusing. It should say PC because it really doesn't connect to the Internet. It's not like you connected this to your computer and then used the card swipe and powered up in battle. You connected this and uploaded your Digimon, or copied a backup of your Digimon, and you could also reload it on here. So yeah, honestly, when this came out, it was about, I think, $50 when it came out, brand new. I mean, obviously nowadays, even though everybody pretty much admits that this is, it did not live up to its fullest potential. I'm not going to say it's bad because it is not bad. I mean, it is a solid Digivice. The card swipe feature is a little broken, but it is a very solid Digivice. But yes, so they're still going for sometimes exuberant amounts, especially if you have the card and the cable in the instruction manual, because it's got a little serial or the registration number to even install the game to upload and, you know, save your data. But, you know, all in all, you know, obviously it's not bad. I bought one. I think, like I said, I think they were $50 when they came out. I bought it. I've had it ever since, and it has had quite a bit of use, as you can tell from this ring here. Kind of a letdown, you know, the buttons were different, but it's not, although it's not as show accurate as the Japanese Digivices were or are, you know, it's very solid. Matter of fact, having it out gives me a bit of nostalgia. If it wasn't for the fact that I have the version 3 here, I would probably go back to using this one for the moment. But yeah, here's a side-by-side comparison. The buttons are exactly the same. Now if you notice, this is a screen button and this is nothing, and if you poke something in there, you're going to reset your game. So it does have that feature. The only feature that's on this one that isn't on anything else, the United States releases. Like I said, this is the only one with that. So that's it for this review of the D-Power Digivice US release. The next one will most likely be the Ryu version of the Japanese D-Arc Digivice. I think I have the box and everything in, and I'll go ahead and show that when I get it up together. This is part 2, so maybe one more part and we'll be done with that. Okay, and this is RC with Digital Tech Reviews. Thanks for watching.